All right, guys, Jim back with another Monster Hunter video today. We're going to talk all about the new fun stuff that isn't monster hunting. I did a separate video. Unfortunately, my recording got gouged up a little bit, so we missed the first hunt, but we did at least get the second one. We're not going to be doing any hunting today. We're just going to be hanging around in town. First and foremost, I want to introduce you to that little guy who's standing behind me. That is one of the new pendants that you can pick up. It's a little bird that runs around and follows you. The fact that he's running maniacally, even though he's in place, the fact that he's kind of like semi-janky and his wings sort of come out, the fact that when you're gliding with your sacred and he's still running in the air, all leads to the jank. And I am super, super thrilled to have picked him up, and I hope they do not change him or patch him in incapacity and he remains that janky for all time. I think that is the right thing to do for Capcom, so we'll see if we can pull that off. But what I wanted to look at with you guys first, let's go ahead over here and talk to Gemma and to Legend. And let's go ahead and take a look at the new weapons and the new armor that is available from hunting the new monsters. So let's go and scroll down here just a smidge, and you can see we have the Seregios Feral Fang set, which looks really, really cool actually. Includes a skill called the Blade Scale Honing. I'm not even sure what that is. Narrowly evading a monster's attack while your weapon is drawn will grant you special sharpness. Okay, that's actually really cool because sword and board has been very, very determined by basically just stand and bash, right? You're always holding down the shield, you're walking forward, you're trying to pull off those perfect blocks, trying to get into those power clashes, those tests of strengths, using your shield bash to get up close and personal. That's what I love about sword and board is it's such a risk-reward type weapon. You're not really backing away, but it looks like Capcom is willing to give us a little bit different. If you want to evade instead of stand there and bang, well, you might want to check that weapon out. That's actually really, really cool. And then the Lagiacrus, and I'm probably saying that wrong. I think that's how they said it. Or Lagiacrus? Anyways. That comes with the high sword. I like it. I like the shield a lot. It kind of reminds me of the screw attack from Samus. Nothing really unique here. Thunder resistance and offensive guard, which you can find on a lot of other pieces of gear. But that blade scale hunting is actually really, really neat. That makes me much more interested in trying that weapon. Something to point out on the Seregios, it does have attack of 294 with a 25% affinity. And then if you switch over to the High Lagia sword, no affinity, but it does have that thunder with a little bit higher attack. So both really, really good weapons. You know, to add to your kit. If you're a sword and board guy, if you're not, well, then you can go and find your weapon of choice. But hey, this is a sword and board channel. That's what we're sticking to. And let's go ahead and check out the armor. You'll notice that the exclamations are gone here because on the infamous stream that crashed, we didn't unfortunately get to see everything. But I'll go ahead and show off and give you my results again. I actually really, really like this kit a lot. Ignore my little bird just hauling ass behind me. That's what he does. I love the way that they incorporated the spike teeth around the necklace, kind of the little shoulder pauldrons, and then the extra set of pauldrons. And it almost looks like a jawbone, doesn't it? It almost looks like a jawbone around the collar, which I really, really appreciate. The other variant, the female variant, I don't think it looks as good. I'm not a huge fan of the fin ponytail thing. I'm not really sure what they were trying to go for there, but they did put a lot more emphasis on the dragon kind of talons for the actual tail piece. And I think probably if you're playing as a female character, I think a combination of the two might actually serve you best. Let's see which gauntlets I like better. Looks like very, very similar to me. Yeah, I think that look right there. Let's look at the Reeves. Yeah, I think a combination of the two. I think that's a pretty aggressive look. I really, really like that. Looking over at the skill bonus, we didn't get a chance to do that. There's a couple of unique ones here. You have the maximum might, which has been in other pieces of armor, but this one now has the Leviathan's Fury, which I think is only on one other set that I've seen so far, which will temporarily increase affinity and do thunder damage upon buildup. And then you have a level 1 and level 2 of that. And then we also have the Butterfly Leathercraft which will increase your affinity when you're sliding on terrain, which I don't think that stacks with the parry on the other weapon, unfortunately. The dash out of the way. So I don't think you're going to be able to do anything cool there. All right, let's check out the Seregios, and we'll go and just put on the full set here. That looks awesome. Dude, that looks like gold dust from WWE. Lots of gold and black. Obviously, you could change the colors if you want. Again, I think they've done an outstanding job with a really aggressive helmet there with that front fin and then those kind of 3 fins on the back. A lot of attention to the shoulder armor as well. I think that looks really cool. Let's go ahead and check out the other variant here. And actually, I'm a big fan of that one too. I love the Hawk Girl-esque. Look at those boots with those wings on the boots. That looks really cool. And then I even like the headdress too. I think as with most kit, I think you're probably better off finding a combination of the two, kind of mixing and matching. I don't know why Capcom is so in love with showing off characters' thighs, but they are. I think for that reason, I usually typically go with the male version of the armor, because I'm not a big fan of the battle kini, so to speak. But I think that is a very aggressive look. I really like that. Fortunately, if you want the good shoes, you're gonna have to show off some thigh. I guess you have to make that trade-off. I don't know. I have to really think about that one. And then obviously the other variant is just slightly different slots there. And then let's see. The bonus skill on this one is the Tenacity. Extend the duration of Adrenaline Rush. If triggered again while the skill is active, it extends the duration once. Okay, so nice ability there with the Razor's Edge 1 and 2. Scaling prowess is nice, especially as you saw me in that last video. Mounting the monster, trying to wound him without getting thrown off is a little tricky as well. So really cool stuff there. Let's go ahead. We don't want to forget about our little buddy, the Palico. So I got my little Woodwood right now. Here you can see the, let's make sure we can see him normally. Okay. Here is the new, look at that's a pirate armor. I love it. With the old hook anchor weapon there with the pirate hat rocking. That is the Lagiacrus armor. And then let's go ahead and check out the Seregios armor. Much more traditional knight armor. I do like the scales on the back. I gotta say though, honestly, I think to me the Woodwood is still like the best right now, right? It's rocking Woodwoods. All Woodwoods all the time. Although if you're looking for a little bit of a Street Fighter, you can get that look too. Alright, so some cool stuff there in terms of how you of what you want to select between all the different types of armor. Of course, we'll be grinding for all those, collecting them, upgrading them, doing the norm. And I think they said you basically go over to Alma, and that is where you can change who your handler is. I thought they said you could do that here. That's deployment status, recommended lobby. I'm not seeing it here. I thought they said you could talk to her or to Eric to change that. That might be buried in a different menu somewhere. We'll see here. Little bird. It kills me, man. Absolutely kills me. It's so funny. I was looking to see if we could... Look at this. This is some options they did not talk about. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. So obviously Eric is now available in the game, but you can see there's no Eric armor yet. It looks like Gemma is going to be getting some cosmetics as well, which is really cool as well. So I'm excited. Those are grayed out for right now, unfortunately. I'm going to discard that actually. The last thing I want to do before I wrap up, that's cool. That's a neat little touch. There's some quality of life improvements we'll probably do in a separate video. This is more just the customization, but in terms of customization, let's go ahead quickly and head over to the PlayStation Store. And I want to show you guys some of the new stuff that dropped. So obviously the Season Pass will get you the Cosmetic Pack 1 and 2. You could buy those a la carte if you want. They've also added in some new gestures. And then down here, what else do we have? This is the layered armor. I don't know if there's anything new in the layered armor. Sacred decoration looks pretty the same to me. The pendants is, I think, where they probably did the most stuff in terms of customization. So I'm a big fan of the pendants. Having little things floating around and flying behind your character while you're fighting, I think that's always really, really cool. And here is the little dude that I picked up, the Trot Along Crake. I think he was like $2. It was phenomenal. Massive purchase. I love it. You can also go ahead and pick up the butterflies as well, which look nice. They also added in some of the, these are like balloons, basically. Little balloons that tie to the back of your character. I was hoping they'd show a picture of it. Which you could see basically like a little fish balloon or a little, maybe is that a frog? Frog with wings. Kind of connected to your character. You could buy the whole kit for $4 or $6, whatever. And then they've added in a couple of the new poses. A lot of them still, the Street Fighter stuff is still very, very popular, even though that event is kind of winded down in place of title update number 2. But yeah, dig through it and see if there's anything else that catches my eye here. I'm really excited to see what kind of armor they do for Gemma and Eric. Gemma is, I would say Gemma's probably, outside of Alma, Gemma's probably the one you interact with the most, right? So I'm curious what kind of armor they'll do with her. That's really, really cool. You see a lot of people rocking the cat stuff as well. So yeah, good stuff. Good cosmetics, good changes here. If you're like me and you kind of hit the end game and you're looking to maybe spice up your character or find something new to grind, look no further than Title Update 2. I'll be putting together a couple of their videos over the next few weeks. There's been some new little quality of life improvements I want to walk over and some single-player content I want to dive through. But that'll wrap up the video for today. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more fun content. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.